Hey everyone, welcome back to our top 10 countdown spotlight series. Today we're going to be counting down the top 10 rides that need to be refurbished from Walt Disney World. If you did enjoy this video, go ahead and slap the like button and hit the subscribe button. Click the bell so you guys never miss any more of these incredible videos. Without further ado, here we go. Number 10. Okay, so in our number 10 spot, we have Living with the Land. Now, this can be located in the Land Pavilion in Epcot. Now, this is a garden ride that shows you around the different techniques and features of our world. Now, this ride isn't really one of the big tourist attraction rides that you would think of when you think of Walt Disney World. And when you think of Walt Disney World, you think of Space Mountain, you think of Expedition Everest, Splash Mountain, Thunder Mountain, Mine Train, all those big exciting rides. But what you don't think of is Living with the Land. Now, it usually has a wait time of about 5 to 20 minutes, and 20 minutes at the highest is what I've ever seen. So usually around 5 to 0 minutes with a 0-minute wait time is probably one of the attractions you want to do if you want to have an attraction with no wait time, but I would not recommend this ride. Here's some reasons. Okay, so it is a garden ride and it doesn't have many animatronics. Now, the only animatronics you will find are buffaloes, ducks, and I believe monkeys, and that is it. And it doesn't have many higher up, you kind of get what I'm saying here, not very high-tech animatronic type stuff you'd expect in a Disney ride. Now, this is an older ride, so I'm not saying anything bad about it. It's just not one of the rides I would think of when I think of Walt Disney World. Number 9. And now we head on over to Disney's Magic Kingdom, where we will find the ride Walt Disney's Enchanted Tiki Room. Now, this is a classic Disney ride built by Walt Disney himself, and he was finding new and improved ways to make these animatronic birds, and this is such an incredible attraction. I would not call it a ride, I'd call it more of a show, but it does fall under the category of things that need to be refurbished. Now, I'm not saying anything bad about this ride because I honestly love it. It's amazing, and Walt Disney World had part in making it. And so when you think of classic rides, this is another one you think of. Now, there's nothing bad about it. It's just that I think they could add a couple more songs here and there. The Tiki Room theme song is amazing. It's catchy. I can't get it out of my head. But that's what I think of the Enchanted Tiki Room. It is an amazing ride. I just think they could add some more songs. But that's why I put it in the refurbished list. Number 8. Staying in the Magic Kingdom, we have Walt Disney's Carousel of Progress. Now, again, one of Walt Disney's rides. Not a bad one, but it's honestly not the best. It doesn't have the best animatronics, and honestly doesn't have the best high-tech features you'd expect in another Disney ride, like I was saying. Also, it's kind of outdated, and there seems to be a lot of malfunctions happening with this ride here and there. It's honestly not bad, but it's just very outdated. I think they could add some higher things, like the last scene, which has a VR headset. We have way more improved things now. And yeah, it just seems to be malfunctioning way too much for a Disney ride. Now, no hate to anything of these rides. I'm just stating what I think needs to be refurbished and a little bit added into the rides. I think they could add maybe like a second story. I don't know, because it's a moving ride, so you move, the structure moves, so that would put a lot of stress on it. But still, I think you either redo the ride or just turn it into something else. But honestly, no hate to Carousel of Progress. It is an amazing ride. Number 7. Now, a lot of people will agree with me on this one, and a lot of people will also disagree with me on this one. And this one is going to be the Mini Adventures of Winnie the Pooh. Now, listen, this ride is not one of my favorites. I am very sensitive to bouncy and motion sickness, so if you have a problem with that, this is not the ride for you. In the Tigger scene, you bounce up and down for about 30 seconds, and it is not fun. Just saying. But still, an amazing ride, and it has some cool Easter eggs in it. Because in Disneyland's part, the animatronics from the Country Bear Jamboree, which used to be the home to it, actually are hidden inside behind one of the door scenes. And also it holds many things from the Mr. Toad's Wild Ride, which you can also find Mr. Toad himself in the Haunted Mansion, which is actually super cool. But anyway, I just don't like this ride, and I think they could put better use to Winnie the Pooh, and it's just not one of the best rides. Number 6. Coming into the number 6 spot is the Liberty Square Riverboat. Now, personally, this is an amazing ride, and it has a little cool off where you can come inside into the boat, cool off from the hot Florida weather, and just take a little break from the day. Now, there's nothing wrong with the ride. It's honestly perfect, and it's one of the classic rides. But one thing that I see that doesn't catch my eye is the scenery around it. Now, Disneyland is amazing. You can see all these nice pictures and galleries and landscape of amazing stuff. Now in Disney World, it's just kind of a circle. Now it's still amazing. I just think they could add more landscape and add more scenery around it, and that would make the ride way much better. But still an amazing ride. Number 5. Now we take a trip on over to Disney's Animal Kingdom, where we find our number 5 spot of Kali River Rapids. Now this ride is not one of the best rides because it is a water raft ride and you get super soaked, which is not a problem, but it just doesn't have the landscape. Now, due to budget cuts in the Walt Disney World company, they could not add more of what they were wanting to add. They were wanting to add live animals and all sorts of stuff, which I think would have been amazing, but due to budget cuts, they could not add that. That makes it fall under the things that need to be refurbished. Now, I think what they could add to it is just more scenery because they have been doing amazing. They've added Star Wars Land, Toy Story Land, all these cool features, but they still haven't upgraded the rides that need to be upgraded. And I think that's great that they're doing all this new stuff, but I think they do need to fix Kali River Rapids. It is very spinny, very jerky, very quick moving, rapid rides, and you go down a couple of lift hills and drops. If you don't like that, like me, I'm a chicken, so I don't like that kind of stuff. But still, if you are one of the people who like to have a lot of fun and go crazy and like to get soaked after, I definitely do this at night because it would probably be more fun because when you leave instead of being wet the entire day. But I think they just add more scenery and just add more landscape, kind of like what happened with the Liberty Square Riverboat. I think all they have to do is just add some more stuff around it, and that will make the ride way much better. Number 4. Okay, so I'll make it one thing off my chest. I don't really like It's a Small World. Now, most people don't. It's a very, very creepy, when I say creepy, I mean creepy ride. Now, it is one of the classic rides again, so you can't give too much hate to it, but still, it's a very, very creepy ride. And one thing that I learned from a YouTube video that someone said, it's literally like the dolls are staring into your souls, and you're not entirely wrong. I mean, they pretty much are. They don't blink. All they do is move and sing the same song over and over and over for over 10 minutes. But I do think it shows a lot of representation in our world of peace, which we need a lot of, and I think that's amazing, showing all the different countries of the world. I think that's incredible, but still, it's a very creepy ride, and I just don't know if I like it. It's a classic ride, so you have to do it every time if you like. I do it every time I go with my family, but I just don't know. It's not one of the best rides, and it's not one that I look forward to when I go. Number 3. Okay, now back into Epcot. Over here we have the Seas and Nemo and Friends coming in our number 3 spot. Now this ride's not entirely bad, but it's also not one of the best. Again, all it is just decoration, a clamshell, and screens. That's pretty much it. There's literally no animatronics and nothing. Now, I may be putting too much pressure on all these rides, and it sounds like I hate it, but trust me, I'm literally the biggest Disney fan out there. Like, there's no one who is a bigger Disney fan than me, except probably TP and Vids and Theme Park Crazy and Fast Pass Facts. But still, oh yeah, go subscribe to them. But still, I do not hate any of these rides. I'm just saying, I think a couple of them may need some upgrades and make them look better, I guess. But still, Disney's doing an amazing job. But all I think it is just the screens. I think they could add some animatronics. Now, if they did a Bruce Shark animatronic, that would be incredible. Think of the size of that thing and an animatronic. Wow. Wow, that would be insane. But still, I think the screens are a good thing because you get to show more expression. But I think it'd be cool if they add some animatronics in there too. Number 2. Now at our number 2 spot is Spaceship Earth. Now, something that incredible about this ride is that it fits into a almost 200-foot ball, but it's actually a sphere inside of a sphere. And guess what? The outside actually is used as a drainage system for the water and rain that comes into Florida, so it's dome and sphere shape comes with the triangles on the sides, and you've ever wondered what that is, it's actually because that's the drainage system, and the little black holes in between each one actually filter out the water, so under it you stay dry. And that's one thing that's incredible. And also about the ride, it fits into 2 tiny spheres, which is incredible, but still amazing. And this ride is incredible because it shows the timeline of the world, showing from back in the ancient Greeks into the Egyptians, into the Romans, into now what is today. But also this ride's kind of old, so it has only like the 1980 stuff instead of the 2020, 2021, all that stuff. I think they could add some more stuff. It's pretty much the exact same thing as Carousel of Progress. It just needs to be updated. And that's one thing that I don't think they will do, but I think it would be amazing. But one thing, can we just talk about the smell in there? It is absolutely amazing. I'm telling you. It smells so good. It's like it's kind of humid in there, but it adds to the feeling of you're actually there. So that's one thing that's cool. And I just think it needs to be updated a little bit. Number 1. Now, falling under the number 1 spot is Journey into Imagination with Figment. And don't get me started on this ride. Now, I know that younger kids like this, but it's just not a fan favorite. Now, let me say, it is better than Journey into Imagination, the second version. Oh my goodness, that was completely horrible. But the first one, we all miss the Dream Finder. We miss all of that good stuff. And Figment, sometimes he kind of malfunctions a lot. Like, seems to malfunction way too much. And there's a lack of him in a lot of parts. I think they could add more animatronics that are updated. And that moon face, oh my goodness. Everyone has nightmares about that thing. Oh, my goodness, I'm telling you. That thing is creepy. I think they could replace that and maybe add just the Dream Finder, maybe like an Easter egg of the Dream Finder, or add him back in to the ride, which would make it pop and stand out, and everyone would want to come back to that ride and ride it. But yeah, I think it's just not one of the fan favorites that a lot of people think of. It is better than the second version. Don't think it's better than the first with Dream Finder. I think they could add him back in, but still not a. I wouldn't say it's a horrible ride, but it's definitely not one of the best. So, thank you guys so much for watching this video. If you guys want to see more types of these videos on the channel, make sure to hit the like button and subscribe, because I'll give you a little hint to what the next video is. It will be Best Walt Disney World Rides, and that is a top 10 list of my favorite Walt Disney World rides. Without further ado, thank you guys for watching this video. Hit the like button, hit the subscribe button if you did enjoy, and until next time, I'll see ya.